Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, feds and degenerates, cuckolds of all ages, and I'm not muted. It's that time once again. It's Mild's Culture Plate. I'm your host, Mild Kevin Miles, and today is October 12th, 2024. Happy birthday to an old friend of mine out there. I don't know if he's watching. I doubt it. Seriously doubt it, but happy birthday to an old friend of mine. Been a long time since I've seen you, man. Hope it's been a good day. Anyway, folks, what are y'all up to? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Not drinking whiskey today. Decided against drinking the whiskey today. Still not quite sure what I'm doing for dinner. But so I might have to get out and drive. I've had an interesting day. I haven't done a whole lot of show prep, but I think I've done enough to get a couple of good rants in. Still need to find a love don't judge for the day. Uh, for the love does admonish segment of the program. So we'll be doing that a little bit later. There's not a whole lot of news I want to cover. Apparently, like Meghan McCain is spatting out at Democrats over Kamala. Uh, hey, it is what it is, man. I'm no fan of anyone with the last name McCain. So, to be honest, I'm not going to really be covering that. A lot of people talking about uh, Trump's comments on Aurora, Colorado. A lot of people talking about Harrison Butker, the kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. Go Chiefs! Has now come out and endorsed Donald Trump, along with other NFL stars. And we've got a lot of this news that the kind of stuff I don't really cover because there's not a whole lot to say about it. Just if you're Trump fans, you've got things you're talking about now. If you're fans, there you got things you're talking about now. I don't like to get in the middle of it unless there's a huge disinfo campaign going on with it, and I need to fact check the fact checkers. So if you're out there, please come on in, say hello. I'll give you a toast. I'll show you your comment on the screen. I'll say hello. Cheers and welcome, 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 everybody. Folks, come on in, say hello. I left the Renaissance Festival up in Kansas City to come here and do the show. So come on and say hello. Let me know you're out there. Let me know you're watching. And even if you're watching on demand, please leave me a comment below. And be sure to click that thumbs up button. Click that thumbs up button. All right, we'll get into the stories of the day. Apparently, there's a trending thing going on TikTok. And again, look, I'm not a big reader of the Bible, so I'm still trying to understand some of this. Apparently, there's a viral video that people are commenting about regarding the Star of Jacob. It's trending on TikTok, and people need to know what it means. I've been seeing a lot of this Star of Jacob stuff popping up on TikTok, and I can't help but feel uneasy about it. This is from Jennifer Farrington of Distractify. Another day, another TikTok trend causing confusion. This time, we aren't trying to distinguish a phrase like I'm cooked or breaking down the meaning of an acronym. This trend centers around religion, which happened to be one of the most controversial topics to discuss. So naturally, social media users are pretty divided about it. We're talking about the Star of Jacob. According to some TikTok users, the Star of Jacob is believed to be a real star visible in the night sky. Some videos capture what looks like a brightly shining star positioned horizontally from the moon, claiming it to be the Star of Jacob, while others depict a star that appears to have shimmering water on its surface. However, on a more grounded note, many argue it's actually Venus they're looking at. So, what is exactly the Star of Jacob, and is it truly a celestial phenomenon? And so let's watch this original here. Worthy is your name. Let's get rid of the music. The moon, Star of Jacob. So you see, I can't see shit. This is fuzzy as hell. It looks like there's this thing. I can't even see the moon over here, but they appear to be zooming in and out on this thing. Oh, the moon's over here. Okay. Well, that's not horizontally from it. That's diagonally from it. And you got a little lens flare happening there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm calling bullshit on that one. Let me bring this back up. Okay, so there's that. People now believe one of the stars shining brightly in the night sky is in fact the Star of Jacob. TikToker Jacob Rutikowski, who identifies himself as a messenger of Jesus Christ, became emotional while discussing the return of the star, explaining that the Star of Jacob is going to be here a month. Given the alleged time it appears, it would mean that it's set to disappear on October 27th. Jacob further explained that it's basically the star that the three men were coming to see the Messiah saw, and they literally went and found the Messiah and bowed down and worshiped him. Okay, well, let's go ahead and watch his video. Okay, it didn't pop up. Okay, let me see if I can find it here. Here it is. I found it. Okay.
Excuse the mess, but I find it very funny that the Star of Jacob is literally going to be here for a month. And if you don't know what the Star of Jacob is, it's basically the star that the three men that were coming to see the Messiah saw. And they literally went to that star and found the Messiah and bowed down and worshiped him. And, this star is not just your ordinary star. This star is a star that shows us that our king is coming and that he is very soon, very soon. Like, y'all, I'm not meaning like years and years of hundreds of years. I'm talking about soon, like very soon. And I just pray
I
that
feel this
every
dude right
single
now.
one of you
I
have
feel this
a
dude.
repentant heart.
Hey, Sangland86 in the chat over on
Because
Rumble.
I find
Cheers and
myself
welcome.
sitting here just asking God to open the eyes of my heart. And I'm just sitting here and I'm
Yeah, body
asking
check
God,
the fact
just
checkers.
help me because I don't want to be turned away. I don't want to have the world on my side. I don't want any of it. I just want Jesus. So
Just want Jesus.
when you go outside tonight, if you do, look up at this star and know that your groom is returning and that he's on his way.
Okay, so there we have that. All right, we have that. All right, let's go back to the article. Back to the article. Yeah, okay. He said he just wants Jesus. Another TikToker showing what he believed to be the Star of Jacob included a text overlay. Why are we okay? Here we go. The Star of Jacob has not been visible since Lord Jesus walked on earth. Oh, look, they're giving him paid roses. So what do you think? Is this looks like AI or something else? I don't know. What do you folks think? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Ball lightning. Yes, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. Okay. Plenty of people in the comments explaining that the meaning of this behind the Star of Jacob, believing that Jesus will be in fact returning to Earth soon. However, some skeptics suggest it's either an asteroid or Venus, with some even speculating it could be a supernova. That's the end of the article. So, I mean, look, it's something worth thinking about, right? We are given signs. I like to think we are given signs that the universe is listening, that, Jesus could be listening. Uh, however you want to believe. Look, whatever gives you solace in the universe, and some people, their solace is believing in nothing and believing that we're all just self-determined. I think that's a little depressing to me. I got to think there's something more to this. Anyway, folks, you wondering why the stream is titled "Please Come Again," and we're going to get into the title article now. "Please Come Again" refers to the fact that most of a certain brand of convenience stores are owned by a certain South Asian people from a certain South Asian nation, and that's 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven to close over 400 stores in North America. Several hundred 7-Eleven stores across North America are closing, convenience store chain announced. Company's CEO reported in an earnings call on Thursday, held by parent company 7 & I Holdings, that it's shuttering 444 underperforming locations, citing inflation, slowed traffic, a decline in cigarette sales, and a shift in consumer appetites. The closures amount to 3% of the chain's total of more than 13,000 stores in US and Canada. 7 & I saw a 7.3% decline in traffic in August following months of declines, and noted that low-income consumers are taking a more prudent approach to consumption due to inflation, high interest rates, and what it called a deteriorating job climate. Cigarette sales are down 26% since 2019, an 80-year low according to the company, as customers seek alternative nicotine products such as vapor. Uh, Meanwhile, 7-Eleven said it plans to expand its fresh food and specialty beverage options as people facing rising inflation seek affordable meal options. Dude, if you're eating 7-Eleven food for dinner, I'm sorry. Competitors known for having loyal fans of their food offerings have earned higher marks from consumers. East Coast-based chains Wawa and Sheetz ranked high in customer satisfaction, according to a recent survey by American Customer Satisfaction Index, while 7-Eleven scored below the industry average. Yeah, here in the Midwest, we got Quick Trip. We got the old QT. 7-Eleven said a shifting focus to invest in higher demand locations. And then, pretty soon we're going to have a couple of Buc-ee's out here. Aligned with our long-term growth strategy, we continuously review, optimize our portfolio to deliver convenience where, when, and how customers need it, said 7-Eleven. At the same time, we continue to open stores in areas where customers are looking for more convenience. Oh, imagine that. The news of the closures came amid a bid from a Canadian company, owner of Circle K, to buy the 7-Eleven parent company. Such a takeover would make Couche-Tard the biggest convenience store company in the world. So there you go. If you love 7-Eleven, you might have to say goodbye. Demon's Wrath says he wishes he had a Buc-ee's. Cheers and welcome, brother. Good seeing you in the chat. I mean, granted, I'm probably going to have to drive an hour or two to get to a Buc-ee's. I heard they're putting one in the Kansas City area, and I think they just opened one in Springfield, Missouri, which is a few hours from me. Okay, let's go to, speaking of Buc-ee's, let's go to Texas. We have, Demons Wrath saying, what's up, y'all? Yeah, what's up, y'all? Come on in the chat and say hello. Let me know what's up. So over to Texas. Texas man drops his case against 3 women for helping his ex-wife get abortion pills. A Texas man has dropped a wrongful death lawsuit he filed last year, accusing 3 women of helping his ex-wife obtain abortion pills, which had drawn national attention as one of the first private lawsuits brought under the state abortion law. Jonathan Mitchell, a lawyer for plaintiff Marcus Silva, said in a filing in Galveston County, Texas on Friday that the case had been dropped because of a settlement. The case was set to go on trial next week. Mitchell declined to comment further. A spokesperson for the defendants said Silva had not received any monetary compensation for dropping his case. Hot dog roller and a popcorn machine. Instead of a Buc-ee's, just open your own Buc-ee's up in your dining room. Hell yeah. Hey, we got Billdozer74 in the chat. Cheers and welcome. Good seeing you. We're rumbling over on Rumble. Anyone watching on YouTube needs to hop in here and say hi and catch up. After 2 years of being entangled in Mitchell and Silva's campaign of abusive litigation, we were ready to fight this baseless suit in court, said Amy Carpenter, one of the defendants, but claims were dropped because they had nothing. We did nothing wrong and we would do it again. Okay. Silva claimed that Carpenter, Jackie Noyola, and Araceli Garcia were liable for wrongful death because they helped his ex-wife obtain abortion pills to terminate a pregnancy in July 2022. The lawsuit sought damages of $1 million against each woman. Texas passed a ban. Y'all are familiar with that. Texas law, which Mitchell helped create, sought to get around Roe by allowing private citizens to file wrongful death lawsuits for aiding and abetting an abortion. Supreme Court overturned Roe in 2022, allowing many Republican-led states to ban abortion. Brittany Silva, who divorced her husband in February 2023, according to the lawsuit, is not a defendant and is exempt from criminal or civil liability under state law. Silva pointed to photos of text messages apparently between Silva, Noyola, and Carpenter discussing Silva's pregnancy and her desire to get the abortion pills in Texas. Noyola and Carpenter offered links to websites where people could order the 2-pill regimen and offered to let Silva self-manage her abortion at their homes, the screenshots showed. Yeah. We didn't do nothing, but we'd do it again. We would do it again, but we didn't do nothing. Noyola said in a statement on Friday that she and the other defendants had been trying to help their friend escape an abusive relationship. No one should ever have to fear punishment, criminalization, or a lengthy court battle for helping someone they care about. Oh, helping murder their babies. Oh, God. It's sad. It's sad, folks. You know what else is sad? That Democrats are trying to get the gun grift. Have you folks seen this video? This is Tim Walz trying to hunt pheasant with a rifle.
And it never fits quite right. Never fits quite right. It's not quite right. How do you give it back?
Governor, what kind of gun is it?
This is a Beretta A400. I bought it when I was shooting a lot of trap because it has a kind of their patented thing, a kickoff. So when you get old, it doesn't hurt your shoulder as much. And it never fits quite right. Never fits quite right. Just not.
All right. So yeah, this is the same person who once said this.
And we can make sure that those weapons of war that I carried in war is the only place where those weapons are at. And we can.
All right. So yeah, he claims to have carried weapons of war in war, which now he says he didn't. And of course he can't even he can't even handle he can't even handle a fucking FUD gun. I hope he doesn't pull a Dick Cheney. Yes, Sanglant. There were a lot of people standing around him while he was trying to crotch cock that thing. So folks, there's a lot of news articles out there in the wake of these two hurricanes. There's a lot of conversation right now about government aid for disaster relief. And we did a show on that a couple of days ago. And look, there are a lot of information and disinformation out there, folks. It's, if you need FEMA's help, ask for FEMA's help, but don't rely on the government. don't completely rely on the government. Like, ask for FEMA's help and then go try to help yourself at the same time. Um, there's been this conversation happening around this, and it's pretty fucking toxic from both sides. And look, I don't agree with the government, saying, "Hey, we'll be your savior," and only relying on them. I don't think they make for good saviors. There are reports that they sent a truckload of electric chainsaws to places with power outages to help with downed trees. Well, you can't charge the batteries on an electric chainsaw. Anyway, so there are a lot of articles right now trying to fact check and give the ins and outs of what people need to do in case of an emergency. And if you've been affected by disaster, FEMA does allegedly have money to help. So go ahead and take that route. But also understand that it's not perfect. They're great slavers. Yeah, that too. Um, but yeah, they've been fucking a lot of shit up in the disaster relief. The other day we covered this gentleman that they've been calling Lieutenant Dan, and his criminal record has went all over the internet. And yeah, man, this guy has contracts now. This guy, for all intents and purposes, seems like a scumbag.
Right. But if you want to get back into my good graces, you're gonna have to take time. Hey, love.
See, now he's got money and he's acting like a big shot, right?
Working, it's gonna be hard. 'Cause once I cut you off, you're done, nigga. Sorry.
Oh, look, he dropped an N bomb. He dropped a soft A N bomb.
All right. That's it. You're done.
I'm sure that's referring to the people who were trying to support him and then broke it off. Anyway, look, I'm going to be honest. I didn't have a whole lot to talk about on the show tonight. I saw that, I grabbed it. Wasn't quite sure what it was about, but quite frankly, this guy seems like a scumbag. I don't know why people are still trying to either give him money or tear him down. But this is a thing. This is the internet. This is one of the weirdest things I've found out about the internet is they will grasp on to these moments like this. A lot like Oliver Anthony, right? Oliver Anthony. Like they put this guy on this giant pedestal for no fucking reason. Now granted, he's a talented dude. Like he's got a soulful fucking voice. Was the woman he tried to set ablaze a case of self-defense? It could have been. I don't know. I don't think it matters. I mean, quite frankly, I don't think it matters because, like, the guy's not special. The guy reached a viral moment for claiming he wanted to ride out a storm in a boat, on the Gulf Coast. And that that alone made people respect him. But yeah, it's not just the woman he tried to set ablaze, right? He also, from what I understand, struck an EMT. Now, in his videos, he said he accidentally elbowed a cop, but everything I've seen says it was an EMT. Like the cops were trying to handcuff him, and he accidentally elbowed a cop. Is his version of those events? But the police report said an EMT, and I don't know what to believe because I don't believe cops either. But then, yeah, he tried to set a woman ablaze, and he's been arrested several times, assaulting women and police officers. Yeah, And look, maybe he's right. Maybe the cops just had it in for him. Either way, he's an average dude. Like, throwing money at the guy. Because let's face it, money isn't going to be the difference between surviving on a boat during a hurricane and not surviving on a boat during a hurricane. Money's not going to make a difference there. If you're going to meet your maker, you're going to meet your maker. Sanglet says, remember the backstory for Burning Man? He corrected himself in the next comment. Burning Man, way too close for comfort. I actually don't know the backstory of Burning Man. I'm going to look that up real quick. I got time. I don't have a whole lot. I have like 3 more stories to cover, and then I was going to do Love Does Admonish. But Burning Man backstory. It's always I always find it interesting. Da, 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 da. What is this? Share this. Okay. Burning Man Project. Welcome to the Burning Man timeline. 1986, the first man burns on a San Francisco beach. Larry Harvey and his friend Jerry James knock together an improvised wooden figure, drag it down to Baker Beach on the summer solstice. They light it up and a curious crowd gathers to watch it burn, and so it began. So literally it was just some dudes just doing a random nothing, and people were interested in it, and so now it's okay. Now it's become like a cultural phenomenon. Yeah, but I guess I mean, I don't know if I'd compare that to old Lieutenant Dan there, because I don't think anyone's going to make a cultural tradition of finding hurricanes and slapping a boat in the middle of the ocean. And but it just goes to show, yeah, there are these cultural phenomenons that are a flash in the pan, and they can become big, they can become huge, or they can collapse. Anyway, I ran across this video, not sure how old it is, but I found it quite interesting, and I thought it was worth having a conversation about, because these kind of topics, I always like talking about these kind of topics. So here's this young lady saying she has rules for her husband in a successful marriage. This one, and putting up people is perfect. Let me try that. Let me look at that. I typed it wrong. Wicker_man. Okay, it comes for. This is what I get with that. A type of effigy. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Burning things in effigy. Yeah, that's been done for centuries. Burning things in effigy, but modern times. I mean, it's like what is it? The Bohemian Grove have their cremation of care. Back here. Ceremony involves the pulling across a lake of a small boat containing an effigy of care. Dark hooded figures receive from the ferryman the effigy, which is placed on an altar, and at the end of the ceremony set on fire. This cremation symbolizes that members are banishing the dull cares of conscience. So again, understand your elites are going to San Francisco once a year. Yeah, I know. I noticed that when I clicked it, like I typed it in, it sent me to the disambiguation, but then when I clicked on the effigy link, that's what it showed. You're correct. Yeah, it's supposed to be as a placement for real people. But this effigy here is an effigy of your inner conscience. So, the part of your brain that's telling you, "Hey, this is a bad idea. This isn't a very healthy thing." Yeah, they wanna burn that every year. The elites outside San Francisco in the redwood trees, California. So, yeah, effigies are crazy, yeah. Look, it's nothing against people who go to Burning Man or do burns. I understand there is something spiritual to kinda cleansing your energies of being attached to certain things. I get it, but it's not for me. Anyway, so here's this woman talking about her rules for her husband.
I'll be damned, your shit was never
Okay, so I'm just gonna mute the copyrighted audio. Okay, so first she goes, no social media unless for business use. Okay. Always have our locations on. So he can't have social media. And if he has a smart device, she has to know where in the world that smart device is at. We only use his money. The money I make is mine. And he can't text anyone but me. If he's going out, he can only wear what I approve. And he can only drink Fiji water. Okay, this is pretty much the end of it. What rules do you have? Okay. So let's examine these here for a second. No social media unless for business use. Well, now let's compare this. Let's compare this to the feminist weapon against men, the ultimate weapon against men in the 20th and 21st century is the power and control Duluth model, the power and control wheel. Now, if you don't know what you're looking at here, this chart has been used by feminists to infiltrate our government, our police departments, and our court systems with an ideology that essentially says only men can be the aggressors in abusive situations. Saying it's one rule: never marry a hoe. You can't make a hoe a housewife. Cannot make a hoe a housewife. And we'll probably find that out a little bit later on Love Don't Judge. But let's look at this here. Okay, so back to this. Okay, no social media unless for business use. So what do we have here? We have, oh, look, using isolation, controlling what he or she does, who he sees and talks to, what they read, limiting outside involvement, and using jealousy to justify actions. Well, shit, that's almost the whole video right there. Almost. Always have our locations on. Where's treating him like a servant, making all the big decisions, being the one to define the men's and women's roles. Yeah, that sounds pretty much like one of the things that's going on here. Oh, and look, she's on TikTok, so she's making light not taking concerns seriously, saying it didn't happen. But remember, these are only things men do to women. We only use his money. The money I make is mine. Okay, let's flip back over here real quick. Using economic abuse. Making him ask for money, giving him an allowance, taking her or his money, not letting him know about or have access to family income. Yeah, sure sounds like economic abuse. So far, we've got the isolation, the minimizing, the emotional abuse. I haven't heard the threats or intimidation in this video, but, again, it's a short video. Can't text anyone but me. Well, that goes right back to the isolation, right? Controlling who she sees and talks to. So remember, folks, it's the men that's abusive. Oh, only wearing outfits I approve. That's kind of the same controlling behavior. And only drinking Fiji water. Now, this is obviously she threw that in there to make light of the situation, which also goes back to the minimizing, denying, and blaming. It's making light of it. It's like, oh, look, ha ha ha. I'm playing a game with it. Like, isn't it funny? But also limiting his or her actions. But it's like, okay, so these are rules. So this is where I'm going to get into these two, coercion and threats and using intimidation. Well, she said these are rules. Well, what happens if a rule gets broken? Everyone has their deal breakers, right? Well, what happens when somebody oversteps a boundary or breaks, the deal breaker? Well, then you typically tell them you're going to leave, or you have some sort of a consequence. Now, look, every relationship has certain give and take, certain consequences. So this is why some of this stuff on this wheel, I think, is ridiculous. Because, yeah, look, make someone afraid by using looks, actions, gestures. Well, afraid of what? I think that's the thing. Now, physical violence, maybe. But fellas, we all know people who can give you that look. And like it puts a fear of something in you, maybe not physical violence, but it is what it is. Anyway, so sorry to belabor the point. I'm just saying, it's funny when a girl does it. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's still abuse. It's still abuse. Oh, wait, I thought I had 2 more links, but I don't. All right, so let's find the love don't judge. We'll look together, folks. What do you think here? We got not my granddad, he's my husband. We've already covered a lot of these. My boyfriend lets me cheat on him. Hey, let's go with making a housewife here. My boyfriend lets me cheat on him. Now I don't know. We do poly stuff a lot because there's a lot of it on here. My stripper girlfriend isn't cheating on me. There's the hoe at a housewife. Okay, here we go. Let's do this one. Uh-oh, gross, says Demon's Wrath. Okay, yeah, I agree. This is going to be gross. So let's swap the logo up in the corner to the Love Does Admonish logo here. Okay, now let's see. Let's see if this guy can make this hoe his house.
This is Ginger. She fell in love with Danny.
Our relationship is judged because I'm a stripper.
The couple have set boundaries, so her job doesn't interfere with their life. But some of Danny's friends have expressed their concerns.
What are the boundaries? See, this is my first question. What are the boundaries? They set boundaries, but then she goes and takes her clothes off on stage in front of strange people for money.
Some of the reactions that I got from my friends were less than nice about whether the relationship was just something that I had a fantasy about.
I'd say it won't last long.
Today, Danny will speak to his mum and find out if she thinks the relationship will last.
How is Danny going to feel if his wife is
a
going
minute.
out to nightclubs?
Hang on, wait a minute. Look, these are old videos of hers.
And find out if she thinks the relationship.
Like, look, without the hair dye and the makeup, she almost looks like she could be respected.
Will last.
How is Danny going to feel if his wife is going out to nightclubs, dancing for other people like that? How strong is your loyalty to Danny?
I'm Ginger.
And I'm Danny. I get judged because my girlfriend is a stripper. I met Ginger through a tarot card reading about 7 months ago.
I agree.
So as soon as I walked in, I was infatuated. It was difficult to watch Ginger shuffle the cards with the nails.
Hey, there we go.
There were a lot of things that came up as well that were indicative of you meeting someone.
Clown. She's dressed like a clown.
And I had been noticing that myself.
No, I take that back. She looks like a drag queen. She looks like a drag queen. She looks like a dude trying to make up to be a woman. A groomer clown.
In my own readings. I don't mix business with pleasure usually.
I don't mix business with pleasure.
After the first date, I went over to Ginger's house and I saw all the heels. I'd met her housemate and I was like, oh, okay. Thought they were both strippers. And yeah, Ginger sort of confirmed it while we were there.
Didn't really make a difference at all to him, so that was a relief. So I first started stripping when I was 20. I was broke and I was living with a partner.
How old are you
who didn't
now?
have a job, and I'd been dabbling a little bit in the adult industry. It just seemed like
Doubling a
best
little
option at
bit.
the time for me to make money quickly. I went and bought, with the last of my money, a pair of stripper heels and a bikini. And
I did it just to make a little money to get through school. God damn. Oh shit.
and that's that.
And that's that.
I normally give myself about 2 hours to get ready for work.
Look, she's got a PVC pipe shelf built to hang all of her thongs and stripper heels from. Like, all that money she's making, and I'm sorry, like, what's up with this dude's tattoos? Is there something I don't know about the arrow on the forearm?
It's cute that you think you can get ready for work in 2 hours.
I don't know shit about tattoos.
I like the tartan skirts.
Do you? I didn't know that. You like this one?
Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah, I know.
I'd book it. It's a miracle that I don't get jealous knowing that you're wearing these for other men on stage. Driving me nuts. Really lucky. Trust, respect, it's not easy to come by sometimes. You make it really simple. I've never personally been dating a stripper.
Well, it just means life has a journey.
It was a bit of a learning curve. I trust Ginger with my whole heart.
I feel as though the boundaries that we have are both mutual. The things that he wouldn't feel comfortable with me doing, I don't really feel comfortable doing anyway.
How much money did you end up making last weekend?
It was Easter, so I didn't really know what to expect.
It was
I
Easter.
made a bit over $4,000, which I was pretty...
She made $4,000 showing her titties to strangers on Easter. Oh my God. We have a loneliness crisis in the world.
happy with.
Quite surprising over a religious holiday. So it was a Good Friday then.
Could say that.
That's terrible.
It brings me a lot of financial freedom as well, and being able to make my...
But anyway, what I was saying is she's got this PVC pipe, like all that money she's making from showing strangers her titties, $4,000 on Easter weekend, and cannot afford a real closet or a what do you call it, a wardrobe, dresser. No, she's got a hang PVC pipe. Like I've got my comic books on a shelf. She's got a PVC pipe shelf to hang her thongs and
money.
stripper
I have
heels from.
a lot of control over what I do and where I go.
Some of the reactions that I got from my friends were a little bit less than nice. From whether the
Less than
relationship
nice
was just
from his
something that
friends.
I had a fantasy about. Say it won't last long. For the lads, it was didn't really consider it as much of a serious relationship. Worried that Ginger might just be playing with the money that I'm making.
Because it's rule number
it's more of
one.
an issue with people sensationalizing it and fetishizing it. I told my family 8 years ago when I started, and it did cause a bit of distress.
8 years ago.
When I first told my mum about Ginger's
she's
job,
28
I was
now.
a little bit nervous about the kind of reservations that she would have. I was panicking the whole time, sort of waiting to tell my mum that I was about to be dating a stripper. There's a way of life that my mum is sort of used to, and when I throw a curveball like that, I'm sure it sort of hit her for six. Today my mum's going to be coming over. I haven't spoken to her about this for a little while, so we'll see how it goes. It will make me feel a little bit uneasy about how my mum feels.
And of course, she's doing up the clown makeup to meet the mom. All right.
If they take it to the next level, and I don't know, marriage, kids, then I guess my questions would be, well, do you carry on working in this industry? If she does, then it would be when kids come along. What then? Also, how's Danny?
She'll have to transfer to the strip club where they allow the dancers have the C-section scar, right?
His wife is going out to nightclubs and dancing for other people like that exotically. I know if it was
Single 86 looking at designs for a PVC sim cockpit will be reconsidered. Well, look, if you're not hanging thongs from it, you know, I think that's the thing is like PVC is great for a lot of things, but just having it next to your bed with your underwear dangling from it, like that seems like you can't have guests over and give them a tour of your place, you know, because it's like, yeah, and that's all my thongs. That's all the places my asshole's been. You know, I think that's more my absurdity. But PVC is great.
me, my partner wouldn't have it.
How did you feel when
I missed what Mom said there.
Me, my partner wouldn't have it.
My partner wouldn't have it if it was her. Okay.
How did you feel when I first brought it up, when we had the conversation about Ginger being a stripper?
I sort of had a bit of a nervous laugh. I'm like, what do you mean she's a stripper? I probably would prefer if you'd have said she was a nun or a teacher or something, because...
Oh, you mean, wait, she's not spending her money on the place where her panties hang? Color me shocked. Color me shocked. Kind of reeks of this, don't it? Only use his money, but I make mine. Okay, back to this.
Obviously, it's not the normal profession. My reservation would be, if you guys are going to go further to the next level, what would happen then? As in, like, even if you had children, do you carry on in this profession?
Okay, wait a minute. What's that?
Or
What
do
was
you
that
quit?
behind him? What is this? Little basket of colorful things. It looks like one of them's a purse. That might be a stuffed animal. But they almost look like toys, like dog toys or infant toys. Maybe he's got a dog. I don't know.
Children, do you carry on in this profession, or do you quit? What would you be qualified to do?
Yeah.
Plenty of avenues that Ginger.
Yeah, what skills does she have other than twirling her
in the back
nipple
of my mind, like planning ahead and like longevity in
and
the
twerking?
industry. But I've always made sure that I have some kind of backup.
What do you think you do with the kids though? Once they get older, would you be honest with them? Do you think?
Yeah. I feel as though honesty is very important to me, especially that there were a few things that weren't spoken and like discussed in my family growing up, and I felt it had quite a negative impact on me once I became a young adult.
I can't imagine for 1 minute that if kids find out about it, they're going to be nice. I just can't. If you guys decide to go further,
and now you're on YouTube,
something that I would be questioning you about at the appropriate time. Say, what the hell?
Like all someone has to do is type stripper on YouTube, and this will probably pop up
on your children.
Yeah, that's true.
How strong is your loyalty to Danny? Do you think he worries a little bit about you being out there performing and your loyalty towards him?
I don't think he worries. He knows that I only have eyes for him. So.
Do you, Dan? How do you feel?
Doesn't bother me. She tells me everything that goes on.
Yeah.
It comes back to me at the end of the shift.
You've got to be able to trust as well that Danny is trusting you and that he's going to be okay with it. So, guys, honestly, do you both feel as though you can continue this relationship successfully long term?
Oh my God!
I can't see a reason why not. I wouldn't take it.
So this brings to mind the bear analogy, right? The women feel safer with bears than they do, and yet they have professions where they literally put themselves on a silver platter for horny men and ignore that there are predators among these men. And no, I tell my boyfriend everything. Okay, so again, it's the issue isn't just the fear that she might cheat on you, right? There's the other shoe is, yes, there's bouncers, yes, there's ways to make it safe, and there's ways to be safe in those kind of careers. But let's face it, it's not a safe career.
Ginger away from
the ping pong ball trick, whatever that is. Yeah, she could become a party clown. Why is she made up like that? Yes. Yeah, she doesn't look like a host. Yeah, she looks like
Yeah.
a drag queen.
As long as you guys are happy, you know, that's all that matters, really.
I have no reservations about Ginger doing what she does for a living.
No reservations.
You've
None.
obviously got a good relationship.
None. Not one.
You told me once that you're not jealous because at the end of the day, this gorgeous girl comes home to you every night.
That's it.
Yeah?
And I call Ginger almost every night while I'm away anyway.
Oh, you call each other every night, guys. That's why don't call me anymore.
Well, I mean,
feel like
Mom can't really
I
do
still
much
have
about it
quite a
now
bit of
anyway.
time left in the industry. I've still got a lot to learn and a lot of places to build from.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Keep sending it. Keep giving us a reason to.
Hey, there you go.
About how we really feel about each other.
He's embodying the
Also, the
motto,
future
outlast
holds a lot of
haters.
good for
Gonna
us.
switch it to outlast haters.
You've made me
There we
very
go.
happy, made me feel very safe and secure and looked after.
Safe, secure, and looked after. Okay, well that's. I don't even want to see him kiss. I don't want to know. Okay, sure. Fuck, we still got time left. Should we do a second one? Should we do a second Love Don't Judge? Let's just see what the latest one is. Oh yeah, here we go. We'll do the latest one. We'll do the newest one that they've put out. This is kind of cool. Let's do this one. My prison BF told me to get a matching neck tattoo.
I'm Valerie. My prison boyfriend wanted me to get a neck tattoo. We've been together for 7 years, but in total, he's been in prison 5 times. People usually judge
been
my
to prison 5 times. Oh Jesus! Our culture is doomed.
relationship on social media. Someone said delusion is a real thing.
Delusion is a real
be
thing.
Smart.
I'm Valerie's friend. I did have reservations of the fact that he's a criminal in and out of jail. I just thought, why is this girl getting tattooed on her neck? This isn't going to be good. This is not healthy.
Uh-oh.
Me and Mo met when we was in secondary school. We started dating when we was 19.
Day out at the zoo. Yeah, where's Dad? Yeah, that's the question for everyone on this damn show.
And then around 6 months,
British.
he ended up in prison. In total, he's been in prison 5 times. 3 of those times, he's been with me. He really doesn't know
this
me
is
that
the
he
new
always
British
ends up going
culture,
back
the
to
new
prison,
American
but
culture too.
I feel like whenever he goes back, I just can't abandon him. So I'm
Do we
always
get to
there.
see him on this? No. Look, they've
We
even
got
blurred
out
him
of
out
prison,
in
he
their
wanted to do
photos.
something exciting and fun, so he thought, let's just get matching
kinda
tats.
boring.
And I was like, yeah, why not? So he got king and I got queen because
king.
I'm a queen and he's my king. When we did it and we posted it, it got loads of people reaction. At first, the trolls used to get to me and I used to be on the fence and I'm like, oh, they're saying this and they're saying that. And because of him, I learned to not pay attention to what they have to say. Every time I'm
Don't
out,
pay
people just
attention.
stare at me, but I just don't care. At first, my family wasn't okay with my relationship with
delusion.
Mo. They used to tell me, leave him, he's a criminal, he's not good for you. They obviously want me to find someone better, but
my prison wife journey is officially over. What?
Someone better, but I love him.
I love him. Oh my God, this makes my brain hurt because it brings up the whole meme about the serial killers, right? All the women that fawn after serial killers, and prison is sexy to these weird women, man. Queen or drag queen, that is the question. Yes, because she's definitely, again, not natural. I mean, just look at this video. Look, she's got look at that face makeup. Like she looks like a zombie under that. Oh shit.
When Mo came out of prison, December 2022, I told him if he does go back to prison, I'm not taking him back. But then he ended up going back to prison, and I was 3 months pregnant, so I couldn't leave him. And I went through my whole pregnancy and labor by myself. This is Ryla. She's 11 months old. Being a single parent sometimes is hard. You're so cute,
you a single mom.
I'm happy I got a good support system around me. My family and his family, they helped me a lot. Hi guys, come with me to send me some clothes while he's in prison. I decided
Buy
to
me
share
some
my relationship
clothes while
online
he's in
because
prison.
I never used to really see anyone do it. I do receive a lot of negative comments by the type of company he keeps around, and just by watching this video, there's a 99.9% chance he's going back. He loves the lifestyle.
Yep.
Someone else said, okay, but if I love someone, I will never put myself and her in that situation. If I'm being honest,
hey, remember, she said, I ignore those people. I don't let them get to me.
I do agree with this person. Someone else said delusion is a real thing. Maybe I'm a little bit delusional, just a tiny bit. How are you spending that much money on someone who is a criminal with no future, still wasting your time and money? Be smart. I don't care. He wouldn't wait for you if it was the other way.
Again, hormones trump everything. Everything. Feelings in the moment trump everything. And I'm sorry, I'm staring into the camera because I had a certain human being in mind when
around, and it's not me being negative, it's the truth. To be honest, that person did make a good point, and I don't think he would wait for me. He said he would, but I don't know. I feel like men are different compared to girls, so I don't actually think he would.
Don't think he'd wait for you.
No, he's currently in prison, waiting to be sentenced. He's looking at 6 to 12 years. Me and Mo maintain a relationship
12 years.
Letters,
12 years.
I feel happy and excited whenever I receive a letter from him.
12 years with no intimacy. No outlet for intimacy except for other dudes. And she's worried about him waiting for her. Folks, look, if something happened like the IRS trumped up some BS on me and threw me in a prison for the next 12 years, I don't know if I couldn't fucking, yeah, I'd probably be touching myself every other day, like for 12 years straight. I'd fucking turn my pillow or something into a fucking a cuddle pillow or something. I don't know, man, because I love women. I'm codependent on the existence of women. Like the fact that this dude knows the consequences of the shit he's getting into because he's been in prison 4 times before and still fucked up, and she thinks he's gonna wait for her.
I'm lucky to have
she's
you
worried
being
about it.
patient with me and sticking around and staying down for me when I
Yes,
need it the
let them
most.
burn.
This is one of the gifts he got me while he was in prison for my birthday. I said you're top. May also got me
Wait,
this
how the fuck's he
trainers
getting
while he was
money in prison?
And they were like around
Balenciaga
$650.
shoes?
The letters and the things mean more to me than the actual gift. It's hard to know because he's not here, as he's missing out being around Sarayla. Sarayla has been gone to this dad since she was 2 weeks old. The prison gave me this book when I went to visit May one time.
You're indoctrinating your kid into prison culture at 2
So in
weeks
here,
old.
they kind of help the kids understand why the parent is in prison. It's really good that they do this.
Oh.
I don't think prison is a good place to take kids, but sometimes we just have to do it.
He's got
so
a
they know who
children's
their dad or mom
book about daddy being in prison. You can't make this shit up. See, now look, I started off this show by saying, look, we got all these news stories about hurricane relief. We got all this disinformation and you know, we have all these news stories about the election and Trump pulling ahead in the polls. And, you know, we have all this stuff going on in our culture right now. But this is why I love doing the Love Don't Judge, because to me, I don't care what president raises their hand on January 20th, 21st, 20th, and takes an oath to God to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Like, we're still looking at World War, like, but the real degeneracy, the real threat to the world are our neighbors. I mean, don't get me wrong. Divide and conquer is bullshit. Don't hate your neighbors. But at the same time, like this level of delusion that Demon's Wrath's talking about here, the fact that our culture has found it important enough that we need a children's book about daddy being in prison. That is the fact that prison daddy and babies are so linked up in our culture that reproduction and prison go hand in hand enough to write a children's book. Please tell me that Star of Jacob's real, man. We need Jesus.
Look. Oh, that's Mary calling now. Hey, babe. Nothing. Just packing some clothes for you. I just can't wait for you to come home so we can finally get a family. I know it's been too long.
It's been
Sarayla
too long.
needs you. I need
It's
you.
been too long. He's going to be there
I
for
love
12
you.
years, maybe.
Bye. Some of my friends weren't sure about our relationship because
12
obviously he
years.
just kept being in and out of prison and he can't keep.
So what are the odds he's going to get out and she's going to be, what, 54? Something like that? I'm just, you know, I don't know that she's 32, but, or 42. No, okay. Yeah, she's not going to be that old, but she's still going to be like in her late 30s, early 40s, at least. And look, her butt, did you see that shot a few seconds ago? Here, before, when she sat down, this. Yeah, that. Look at that. What are the odds he's still going to find her attractive when he gets out?
Screaming dada. My friend Kanisha's coming over and I'm interested to see what she got to say about my relationship.
Now, granted, he's going to get out and think every woman's attractive, but specifically,
I'm a bit nervous about having this conversation with her.
I'm Kanisha and I'm Valerie's friend. I did have reservations for the fact that he's a criminal in and out of jail. It's not exactly a good life for obviously a woman to be with a partner like that. And now Sarayla's in the picture.
Oh shit! I don't know if I should post that Demon's Wrath.
What did
Here,
you feel?
I'll try to verbally edit what Demon's Wrath said. First thing he's going to do when he gets out is boost the car, drive to where she is, potentially do domestic violence because he finds out she's been hoeing and then go back to prison.
I told you about my relationship with Mo.
This isn't going to be good. This is not healthy. He's a well-known convict. Yeah, at first I wasn't happy about it. I didn't really like Mo to begin with because he's a criminal.
Every criminal needs some love.
Not from you.
Yeah, but not from
you.
you.
In all seriousness, though,
Oh,
I don't really like
shit.
the fact that I think he's going to be pulling you down and stopping your progress in life.
What do you think about a matching tattoos? Do you like it?
What the hell is up with my dog?
Obviously, I'm an ink freak, so I love tattoos, but I just thought, why is this girl getting tattooed on her neck? Like, just in such a visible place. It is different, but when you get older, it's not going to be a good look. But obviously, it's cute. What are we going to do if Mo ends up with a 12-year sentence?
I feel like I'm still be there for him regardless between the father of my kids. Then we'll be together or not, I'll still be there for him.
Do you think it'll be hard raising Savannah without Mo being there for 12 years? She's going to be a whole 12 years old, you know?
I know.
Pre-teen.
It would definitely be hard, but what can I do? I can't take him out of prison.
Find a stepdaddy.
But
do you feel like you're missing out on parts of your life in this relationship?
We asked that because he's not here.
I'm obviously seeing all your TikTok comments and
oh no,
I just consider, how do you deal with all the hate stuff that you get online?
At first it really used to get to me.
I'm delusional, that's how.
Now I just don't care.
Oh, that's good. You can't really let it bother you then.
Yeah. So what do you think about my relationship now?
To be honest, even though Mo's obviously where he is and, you know, you're out here doing a really good job in motherhood, Mo seems to be supporting you as best as he can do. So I'm quite happy for you guys.
Okay, so there again,
God willing, he's home.
I was wondering about the money, but apparently he's giving her more money than just the shoes.
I'm tired of doing daddy duties.
Thank you. Love you. A couple of things I love the most about Mo is that he can be a gentleman. He's a good person. He's a listener. He's a provider.
A good person. Oh my God. What did he go to prison for? Jaywalking. A good person. 12 years?
He's just everything I need. He's like the male version of me, except the criminal activities. But me and him,
except for the criminal activity.
That's why I always keep running back to him. What I have to say to people that judge my relationship. 1 second.
Wait, what? Oh, she's saying F you to us. She's saying F you to us. Okay, well, in 10 years, when you're getting taxpayer money to raise your daughter, F you to you. That's what that's all about. Okay, folks. Sorry for the double love, don't judge, man. I had to fill my hour. And again, there's just not a lot worth talking about right now. I've been trying to dig for content, but some of it's just so repetitive. And there's so much that's just nitpicking little shit about the election. And again, I'm not super concerned about it unless there's really a fake news angle, you know, a real not just your regular lies the media tells, but something that needs a deeper analysis of how and why the media is trying to brainwash people with these certain things. So I don't like covering stuff that doesn't have that deeper analysis to it. Consistent theme with all these clips, all the dudes are betas and the women are deluded hoes. Yeah. Or one or the other people are downright, I don't want to say codependent. One of the people are codependent. Now, again, to me, so this is why I do the Love Does Admonish segment. Because part of it is analyzing, is there codependency here going on? And the gentleman in the first clip, dating a stripper, there's a little bit of a delusion there that he has control in some codependent way, that he's willing to put up with it for her beauty or for I mean, I guess she could be a nice person, but that he can somehow manage the chaos. And the same thing here with this young lady. Like, she can somehow manage the chaos because fuck all y'all, he's hot and I love him. And all of common sense thrown out the window because he's hot and I love him. I don't think he was dependent. He was acting like a moonstruck calf. Well, that's part of that, brainless. Part of that is part of codependency. You know, a lot of guys will see a pair of tits and think, and again, I give women a lot of shit for this too, right? But the same is true for dudes. There are some dudes who what do you call it? Alpha widow themselves. But they get attached, right? Alpha widows, like the women hoes, they will date a bunch of dudes, right? And date, right? Which means they're just banging. So women will bang a bunch of dudes, and like the richest, studliest dude out of that bunch, she'll get stuck on this setting to where she thinks she can nail a bunch of guys that are like the best dude. And that eventually she can snatch one as her husband. So it's a delusional thing. Like, I could take this best dude, I know I can get him, so that must mean I'm at that level. Men are kind of the opposite in that they could date a bunch of women, and then when they find like the best one, they get super protective and attached, and they will throw everything they can at that relationship and make a maximum effort. And that's the codependency I'm talking about. Is these dudes will almost mommy worship the hottest chick because like he's so afraid that she's gonna hoe around to her best level, and it's a never ending cycle. And so, yeah, they got trust issues to work out. And let's face it, like I said, she's there on a buffet of lonely fucking people. Literally, where lonely dudes go to satisfy their horny craving, the same way women go to ice cream shops and cupcake stores. Fucking Crumble Cookie. Shout out to Crumble Cookie. Been a while. It's been a while since I've had a Crumble Cookie. Been on that diet. I'm making a lot of progress on my diet, but I've been on the diet. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be just about it for the show tonight, folks. I have to go get dinner going. So please stop on by next time. Every Wednesday, Saturday, 6 p.m. Central, same bat time, same bat channel, wherever you're watching me now, whether it be Rumble, YouTube, or X. Please, before you leave, click that like button, whether it's the thumbs up on Rumble or YouTube or the little heart button below the video there on X. Please click that like button. Help me out in the algorithms. If you're new here, watch a second video or share me off platform. Let other people know you found this interesting show to watch. And give me a follow. Give me a follow on the links down in the description. I try to update people on my social media whenever I need to move a show. I almost did it today, but I try my best not to. And yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have enough time to do a little more research for the show today, but hopefully it was still entertaining. We did the Love Does Admonish stuff, and it really brought out some deeper thought. Of course, we had that lovely young lady who's got rules for her husband. Well, good luck getting a husband when you have those rules. Anyway, folks, I'll catch you next time right here on Miles Culture Plate. Till then, take care of yourselves and each other. Outlast those haters. You got some haters, just live your life. Ignore them. Let them see you living your happiest life. Outlast those haters. And of course, don't get any on you. And if you do, rub that shit in real good. Squishy Hunter, hey, cheers and welcome. Yes, all is going great right now. It's not going the best, but it's going pretty damn great. I've been having a real fun time, especially with all the sports and stuff lately. Anyway, yeah, Later's all says Demon's Wrath, and Sanglan86 says, see ya. So yeah, take care of yourselves and each other. Outlast those haters. Don't get any on you. And if you do, rub that shit in real good. I will catch you this Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central, right here on Miles Culture Plate. Until then, folks, have a wonderful weekend. Good night.